Good morning. Welcome to Bazaar Morning Call. I'm Lata. With me are Anuj and Sonia. The global markets are in such good cheer that I guess I was incidentally in the right color. The US handover was positive. The Asian markets are raging with over 1% gains, and that's reflecting in the SGX Nifty. For us, actually, the FII buying was apparent yesterday itself. They've gone long. Even if you looked at the FNO data, it's a huge long position that they've taken. But I think all eyes will be on the Nifty Bank. Yesterday was such a topsy-turvy day. It wasn't just important to say that indices ended in the green or the red, but the huge change of guard with the Bank Nifty surging ahead. It had a lot going for it. It was seriously oversold and hit down by even sell recommendations. And then you got this much better than expected margins and growth, and much lower than expected provisions and bad loans. So all that changed the grammar, and more importantly, all the October end economy data, whether it was auto sales or whether it was PMI or whether it was GST collections. So a healing economy is always a healing banking system. So it had a lot of things going for it. I have a feeling that some of the banks but that's that discussion for another day. For the day, the markets will have to be cautious about a couple of things. You can have this tailwind of global green, global risk on, and of the Nifty Bank, but we have a couple of important things. We have the court case, the interest waiver case, hopefully the last day of hearing. We have been hoping that for some time now. And of course, US election. So I'm not sure how much, Anuj, this bonhomie can last.
Yes, good morning, Lata. Good morning, Sonia. 2 months back, the joke in the dealing room was, can we add Reliance to the Bank Nifty? I think yesterday, everyone was saying, can we remove it from the Nifty? We are, actually today is the D-Day, for US market. For us, it will be tomorrow. So the global market is strong. What I can really take out from the data, I think you referred to that already, is that yesterday a lot of hedges were taken out. And I think you can see that in the global market as well. All of a sudden, there's a risk on. Till 1 day back or 2 days back, this was a market where every rally was being sold into. All of a sudden, some texture has changed. Now, I don't know if it's a trap ahead of the event, but...
Or is it that people are sure Trump will win?
You can never be sure, but that's what the market's taking a bet, perhaps. I don't know. Ahead of the event, it's very tough to take that call. But yesterday, a lot of hedges were removed. In fact, if you see the FI shorting, 19,000 shorts were removed yesterday. Now, you could argue that that's not necessarily good news, because if the market faces bad news, in that case, the market is not prepared. But anyway, and if you see the put shorts, you add put shorts if you're confident about the market. Yesterday 22,200 puts were added on the short side. So, and this is for the 5th November. So I think the market's a bit gung-ho about, there not being too much of a risk. Also this, since I spoke about Reliance, this huge delivery selling in Reliance, 2,300 crores, despite that there was FII buying. So obviously the big buying in financials more than negated that. Just to give you the perspective, the Nifty was down, Reliance dragged Nifty by 132 points. Still Nifty ended up by about 26 points. So that was the extent of outperformance in the financials. Just one point, I think both Nifty and Bank Nifty today open in the congestion zone. On the Nifty, that zone is 11,750. On the Bank Nifty, that zone is 25,500, 200 to 25,500. So I don't know, and this market is going to be so volatile. Intraday you will have on the Bank Nifty 300, 400 point swings, on the Nifty 60, 70 point swings. If you can take that, perhaps you want to trade it, or you want to just give it one more day.
That's what we saw yesterday, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Even in closing bell yesterday, the market was all over the place.
Volatile.
So it's going to be very volatile.
Okay, I guess that is taken, right? But for now, just look at the way global markets are moving, right? The Dow futures are up about 200 points. The Dow was up 400 points yesterday, and big moves across Asian markets as well. By the way, a CNBC research poll shows that Biden is narrowly leading Trump in 6 swing states just before election day. So, well, this could go either way, and the market is definitely going in all long. But, Anuj was talking about the big FI buying, about 740 crores. We saw a lot of delivery-based buying in financials. So, whether it's ICICI Bank, whether it was Axis Bank, HDFC, large delivery buying there. Anuj, given that the momentum for this market has in general been on the upside, it's been a buy on dips market, does it make sense to go long ahead of the event? I mean, I know you spoke about the texture, but to just take that little bit of a punt.
No, I think the market is
Taken that punt.
It has already taken that punt. Yesterday, I think our market has taken that. Global markets have taken that. I think some more will happen today. So the market positioning, which till 2 days back was looking like it was bearish going into the event, is already turning neutral. I think right now we are neutral. I think if you have this kind of day which continues, perhaps you go into the event with slightly overbought positions. So that's perhaps not necessarily good news. But I can tell you one thing: regardless of what happens, nobody knows, what will happen 1 month down the line, because there's so many permutations and combinations. For example, if Trump were to win, near term it will be seen as good, but that will mean very strong dollar, and that would mean perhaps negative for emerging market. Similarly, if Biden wins, initially there would be knee jerk, perhaps
down
for in the US market, but it's seen that perhaps as we move on, that will be positive for emerging markets. So I think this is really something which we don't understand, and that's why it's better to perhaps stay out for some time and just watch things as they evolve, and the market will give you a very clear and directional trade perhaps in a week or 2 weeks from here on. I think you're better off to just wait for that.
Yeah, unless you have too much of a stomach for whipsawing markets, it is a dangerous game to play, and we are forgetting something which has overturned our fortunes for the better part of the year. How many countries have now gone into lockdown? Belgium, Portugal, Austria and Greece, in addition to the earlier Italy, UK and France and Germany. So, there is another imponderable or unpredictable to contend with. But for the moment, of course, the markets are going into the all-important US elections long. There are no two ways about that. Okay, with that, let's get to the equity call of the morning. It comes from Surendra Goyal of Citi. Surendra Goyal says, near term, the market may experience volatility around the outcome of the US elections, even as economic indicators, earnings and corporate trends are improving. He says activity indicator trends post-festive season will be keenly watched. He says they would be more constructive on their Nifty target if trends sustain. He says valuations are not cheap, even on FY22 earnings at 18 times, and India's premium to emerging markets is at 1 standard deviation above the mean. Citi's India Sentiment Indicator suggests mid-single-digit upside over the next 12 months. Their key overweights, financials, telecom, key underweights, consumer stocks and materials.
Okay, we have in fact one more view coming in for you. Vikas Jain of CLSA says, consumption industry indicators show good recovery in September. He says their heat map shows 2/3 of high frequency indicators improve month on month in September. He says around 42% remain below medium term averages, suggesting that full normalization will take more time. 1/3 of macro indicators and 84% of industrial indicators improve month on month, but only about half of the industrial ones are above medium term averages. In comparison, Vikas adds 70% of consumption indicators improve month on month, but only 1/4 have risen above medium-term averages. He says, while some early indicators for October have improved further, vehicle registration, rail freight and unemployment appears to have worsened on a month-on-month basis.
All right, now with that, let's get money market views. Bhaskar Panda of HDFC Bank says, against a backdrop of uncertainty over US presidential elections, surging COVID cases across the world, data suggests there's a robust recovery in manufacturing across economies. Says USD INR broke above the 74 level, closed above 200-day moving average. He adds fundamentals may favor rupee appreciation in the medium term. We could see a trading range of 74.35 to 74.55 for the day.
And Bhaskar Panda also says that there is consolidation in the bond markets and the 10-year benchmark bond yield remains below 6%. He says he does not expect any big moves today and expects the yield to trade in a range of 5.88 to 5.90%.
Okay, global cues looking really strong. Here's Mangalam with the world view.